Hey guys, Jeff here. I'm back with, I'm going to make this a quick message. I hope that you'll stay tuned in for the entire message. If you found this, you're probably meant to have found it. So please stay tuned in. I'm just starting up this channel, as you can see by my subscribers. So it would mean a lot to me if you would just hit subscribe, if you choose to do so, or like, if you do like the message. But I try to take kind of complicated messages that I know that the divine wants me to relay to you, and I try to shorten them up and make them really digestible and just easy to understand and relatable, right? So I'm going to entitle this, many are called, few are chosen, but I'm not, and that's a parable from the Bible, which I'm not all that well versed in, but I obviously have an affinity for it. I went to Catholic school and I like to refer to it every now and again. Obviously, it has a lot of really great messages in it. Also, I'm starting my channel, and if you do have the ability to donate, even if it's just $1, I would greatly appreciate it. My Venmo is at New Levels, New Devils. If you don't have the capability to donate, I truly understand that. So all my messages are free, so don't feel obligated. But on the topic of many are called, few are chosen, I just wanted to put it into an example that is very easily understandable. So, I don't know if you personally are a very religious person. I think the grand majority of people, at least here in the US, or most of the people that I know, are not very religious in nature, right? Maybe like 5%, I would say. But that's neither here nor there. That's not really what I'm saying. The message that I'm trying to get out around the title, many are called, few are chosen, is we all have that friend who only calls or comes over, knocks on the door, or texts when they need something, right? When they need a ride, when they need money, or when they feel like talking your ear off for 3 hours and not listening to a word that you have to say, even though they knew that you had an interview that same day. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of friend, right? I've noticed that 95% of people, as a general number, do the same thing to God, right? So 95% of people only call upon God when they're sick, they're in pain, they're grieving, they're lacking something, or they've lost something, or they need something, right? So out of the 8 billion people on the face of this earth, 95% of the calls coming through to him are, God, I need something, or I don't like this, or why did you take this person from me, or I lost this, or I need this now. There's so few calls that come through to him that are just like, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for giving me my health today. And when we have personal successes, and I say personal successes, like, we go for a job interview, we get the job. We take that as our success, our personal success. But very rarely, and unless it's like some phenomenal job that pays a shit ton of money, I don't see anybody thanking God, at least not in front of me. Maybe they go home and pray, and maybe they do thank God. But I have an inkling that that's not really the case. So if you found this video, it's because you're starting your spiritual journey, or maybe you're not just starting it. Maybe you're in it, or maybe you're looking for a way to get closer to God, or maybe you're just looking for a way to improve your life. I don't know, but you are meant to find it. So my advice is, start talking to God in the good, the bad, and the indifferent times. Start talking to him all the time. Start talking to him like you want to be talked to as a friend. Don't be that friend that only calls when they need something. Be the friend who's cool to be around, who's grateful for you going out of your way, for you making the birthday cake for their party or planning their party, or, like just being pleasant to be around, and being grateful for that friend, that companionship. At the end of the day, God is our Father, and we can't, just because we can't see him doesn't mean he doesn't exist. He's all powerful, and we know that. If I would find it really hard to believe that you viewing this have not had an experience in your life that you would consider miracle-like, or that you don't know, or you won't admit that God had a hand in it. I would find that really hard to believe, that you don't think that God's had any involvement in your life, in your successes, and that he's answered some of your prayers. I just encourage you to start having a daily relationship with God. That's my advice. That's what the message for today is many are called, few are chosen. But if you don't answer the phone for that friend who only calls when they need something, why do you expect God to pick up the phone and answer your prayers? Even though he does. He effing does. But why would you expect him to, when you're that friend, right, who only calls when they need something, or when they're down, or when they're grieving, or when they're angry, right? Or maybe somebody in your life has died. Why did you take that person away from me? Well, that's not necessarily for you to understand. Maybe that's something that you need to mull over with him. Maybe that's something you should discuss in private with him, because there is a reason for everything, even grieving, right? Everything in our life, we can treat it as a lesson. We can treat everything as a lesson. But God is always going to be there to walk us through it. We just have to ask for the help. So start talking to God. That's it. So I've started doing something as simple as waking up in the morning. I thank God for literally just waking me up and filling my lungs with air. And I thank my angels, because I believe I have my guardian angels. I thank my divine ancestors. I do, and that's just something I do on a regular basis. Before I go to bed, I ask for protection. I ask to wake up the next day, and I ask for guidance all the time. I don't ask for material things. That's not my thing. I'll ask for luck on an interview, right? Of course, like give me the strength, give me the mojo, give me the energy, please. Please God, give me the energy that I need to get through this, right? And give me like the clear mind, please. But I'm not going to ask him for $1 million. I mean, you could, of course, but that's not my relationship with God. So I'm not telling you what to ask for, what not to ask for. What I'm telling you is that you should have a daily relationship with him, and it's yours. It's yours to choose. He's your friend, right? So you're going to call him whenever you want to call him, and you're going to call him about whatever it is that you want to call him about, and you're going to talk to him in the words that you want to use, because it's your relationship with God, and it's your direct connection to God, because we all have the ability to directly connect to God. It's all that simple. So if you found this video, please just take that piece of advice. That was something that he clearly wanted me to channel to you, because who wants to pick up the phone for that Debbie Downer friend who only calls when they want money, or they need a ride, right? Or they want to talk your ear off for 3 hours. Nobody wants to answer the phone for that person. And honestly, most likely you don't. You probably let it go to voicemail and never check the voicemail either. And then say, oh yeah, sorry, I know you called, but I just never. And it's for good reason. It's because you know that they just needed something from you. You don't feel appreciated. So if that's how you feel, Why would it be any different with your relationship with God? You should call in the good, the bad, and the indifferent times. You should have a relationship every day. And it should be yours and only yours, and nobody can tell you what it should look like. But my advice to you is to do your best every day to have that relationship, to make that connection, so you're not only calling when things are bad, right? Don't be that friend. Don't be that friend to God, choose God. And that's how I'm twisting the title of this, because it's not truly the meaning of the parable, right? Choose God as your friend, make him feel special the same way he makes you feel special, the same way he's performed miracles in your life and helped you out when you truly have needed it. And there's been instances that's happened. Do the same for him. Just remind him that, even right now, take a minute after this video and just say, thank you, God. Thank you either for the message, or I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you today, God. I'm sorry I haven't acknowledged you for the last year. Or I'm sorry I don't talk to you enough. Do it however you want. But that's a message that the divine truly wanted me to get out to you guys. And, again, as I grow my channel, it's much appreciated if you could, subscribe, do whatever you want. But my messages are always free. I'm a healer. I am fully in my life's purpose. I have many more things that I want to do. But, of course, that takes resources. It takes time. It takes dedication. And it's not going to be easy, but I'm going to follow my path no matter what. And I want to bring positivity and light and love and healing to all of you. So anyway, I hope that you've stayed with me for the 12 minutes and 9 seconds so far, and I hope you'll come back for more messages. I truly do love you, whether or not I know you. Knowing that we're all one, because we are truly all one, you understand that we all should have love for each other. But don't make the mistake that having love for everyone means that everyone needs to be part of your life, because we know that there are people, places and things that don't belong in our lives for certain reasons, right? And for different reasons for all of us, but don't mistake one for the other. So there's just another nugget of information for you guys to take in. But I hope you enjoyed this message. I'm going to try to make more that are around under 15 minutes, because some of my other ones have been a little bit longer. I do encourage you to go back and look at some of my messages around writing intentions. There is a new moon coming up. I believe it's on the 19th of May. And in preparation for that, try to watch those videos and understand what writing intentions does. And it does help start to create a connection with God, but it also it starts to spell out your intentions to him, and what your goals in life are and how he can truly support you through them, right? Because if your intentions are to be helpful to others and to be kind and to show love and gratitude to others and to him, he's going to help you along your path. I promise you that, because he's helped me. He's pulled me out of addiction, and I'm going to tell you, I'm living in a car right now, and it's not easy, but I've never felt more loved in my entire life. But I am quote unquote alone, but I am not lonely. Not by any stretch of the imagination am I lonely. Alone is not the same as lonely. I am truly loved by the divine, and I am fully aware of that. And I don't need to be surrounded by people to feel like I'm not alone. But anyway, that's my message for today. I hope you got something out of it. And I truly do love you. And try to watch those videos around writing your intentions. And until next time, take care.